recruiters and why I never use them in Japan. That's the topic we're going to talk about today. The view behind me has nothing to do with it. It's simply for the thumbnail. Once again, I'm walking around a posh area talking to my GoPro about this topic. If you're new, I talk about IT and things related to Japan. And I'm going to give you my opinion about the whole recruiter thing in Japan though, specifically in Tokyo. I'm not sure about other countries, but it might be quite similar. And the purpose of this video is not to point the finger and laugh at a group of people trying to make ends meet or trying to support their family or anything. It's not the purpose of this video. I would like to give you my opinion about topics of using a recruiter, and at the end I'd like to tell you my experience. And if you're new to this channel, I've been a web developer in Tokyo for the past 8 years, and I've been living here for around 12 now, so that's my basic background. Okay, one of the most important things I understand about recruiters is they are not, let's just make a point very clear, they are not your friend. Not that they're your enemy, because they are salesmen. You're the product and they're selling you to a company, and that company has a position to be filled, and their company is getting a 30% of your income or so, or some get more, some get less, but let's just say there's a 30% cut there. So they're gathering all these guys off LinkedIn and whatever, spamming people's messages, trying to find a pool of people to show a company where the company themselves probably has a whole bunch of people listed up anyway. So if you give your hope to one guy to sell you, he's not going to prioritize you. He's going to prioritize whatever can look attractive for that position, because they want to get that person hired, which is most likely not you. And even another part about that is that in many cases, most of them are not experienced in the industry that you're in. In general, they have a base income, and then for every quarter they have to, I don't know what the word is, but sell enough engineers to A, pay off their income, and then B, to give the company profits of some sort. Then each quarter they have to perform a certain amount of sales. In the end, you are just a number, but just as much as you are a number as an engineer working in a company. And so what I see that some engineers do is they put their hope into one guy to place them into a company, which is kind of taking the responsibility of you and putting it onto someone else to get you the job that you want. The second reason is they can't really help me, to be honest. Like, what are they portray that they can, but it's just it's a sales act, right? The point I'm trying to say here is that if I want to learn how to fish well, I ask a fisherman how to fish. If I wanted to know how to recruit well, I'll ask a recruiter. But if I wanted to become an engineer at whatever company, or become a really good engineer that people cannot refuse me, I would ask an engineer that's done it. Essentially, you're just putting someone else in between you and a job that you want, while there are probably multiple jobs that you want, and putting someone between you and that job, another step or another gap between you and that job, you're adding it, you're making it complicated. That's all I see it for my person. Now the third reason is, everything's kind of connected some way. The third reason is that anyone can do that job. Of course anyone can become an engineer, but the proof's in the pudding. Once you can make something valuable, or if you can make a full a front-end single page application, you can prove it on GitHub or something. Like there's a method to all this. Not saying there isn't an important method to sales, but it's almost like the sales in general. Like anyone can jump in and do it. Whether they can sell or not, that's a different topic. And I don't want to make this part trashing salespeople, because as a person who has also been a salesman for engineers overseas to sell to Japanese companies, like offshore, I really realized how important sales is for a company. But just because it's important doesn't mean I'm going to think that recruiters are some type of, important figure to get where I want to get in my life. And of course, the cheese is real with some of these companies. If you just look at the profiles on, like, if you look at the LinkedIns, it's just absolute cheese. It's suits. It's I would call, like, I call it fake professionalism, where you're just wearing a suit and smiling. I mean, that's my impression. I could be wrong, and there could be some recruiters and people like, nah, I'm a professional. And if you look at their what they do, like, look, it's really simple for an engineer. You just say, I'm a React engineer. I make single page applications. That's it, right? Or, look, okay, I'm a data scientist. I use Python. It's so simple. But when you see some of these, I think this is a LinkedIn thing more than it is a recruiter thing, is that they make these titles like helping the world succeed through innovating connections, but blah blah blah. You're just a recruiter. Come on, man. I'm just a web dev. I'm just a soy dev. Okay, the other point is, and it's okay, I don't want to be mean about this, but I want to be honest. I've never really had good interactions just out in normal life with a lot of recruiters. I'm just saying they're probably all normal. Like, there's nothing like personal, but whenever I went out to bars and stuff and I would talk to a few, it always felt, I just didn't get along with them. I just felt that. I don't know what it is. And the interesting thing about this is that when I talk to, let's say, what do you call it? Finance bros. The finance bros are cool. Like, they're so cool. I had no issues, and they know that I'm just a wagey soy dev, but I'll hang out with finance bros or whatever the other bros who are making like way more than these recruiters are. I enjoyed their interaction. I enjoyed the interactions with them more than, this is just my experience. So if it's different to you, it's different to you. But in general, bad experiences in the personal life. Nothing like really bad, but just, I'll give you one example. A circle of people we know, I see him again sometime. He's, you just go, hey, how's it going? He talks about making 200K is like, whatever. It's like, bro, I don't even know you so well, and you're boasting making 200K. Like, it's, and the weird part about this is you don't know how, these guys, that's what they say. And it's like, I know guys who make way more than that. They never talk like this. CEOs of companies turning over tens of millions, this is like, it's so normal, but it's kind of strange, right? This kind of, it's almost like last month they were English teachers, this month they're recruiters with a suit. And because they're wearing a suit and the people around them are like, on coke every weekend or something, they feel like, oh yeah, man, I'm the man too now. It's such a strange thing to see. And I think it's a lot of that within the English-speaking recruiters in Tokyo. There is also something to say, I think a lot of people in my community are also engineers living in Tokyo looking for the English-speaking companies. And I think that the chances of you, I've already said in many of my other videos, but the competition is really high in these companies. It's not just engineers in Tokyo. They're looking for engineers all around the world. So, for example, a decent paying web development front-end job paying, say like 100K plus, which is amazing in Tokyo. You could have 200 people from all around the world, including Tokyo, applying for that job. I'm going to guess at least 10 of them are way better than me. So the chance would be 1 in 10 maybe, or even it's even less than 1 in 10 chance I can get that job. It's not saying don't apply, but just be realistic when you give out your CVs to these recruiters. These English-speaking IT jobs are in like, you know, ideally you want to make as much money as you want in Tokyo and only have to speak English. Who are recruiters for? That's the question then. The recruiters, honestly, it's for people like me, people who have at least 5 years in the industry and is looking to find a job, a well-paying job or a decent job, and is a bit too lazy to go, not lazy, but I don't want to stress about going through, like, you know, the main website or job websites. I just want a guy to handle everything for me, get my CV and put it through. And to be honest, I did try for 2 weeks. I tried 2 recruiters for 2 weeks. I gave it a try, you know, I just wanted to see what was going to happen or how it worked. But to be honest, I already have enough connections where I can just message a few people, or okay, maybe I'll do a few tests, but I do have enough connections which I've made over the past few years where I kind of don't have to, but I just wanted to try. I just wanted to see what would happen. And to be honest, I didn't expect it to be great, but I did give it a try. And to be honest, I didn't like it. And I'll tell you what happened exactly. One guy, and the thing is, they're nice people in general. They were fine. The problem was, they really wanted to push me to do it, you know, to get into a company, which is understandable. It's sales. And then one company, I said to him, you know what? I said quite a few, maybe a week before, maybe. I'm not keen on that company anymore. I don't want to use your services anymore. And he said, okay, fine. Okay, no problem. He was nice about that. But then he goes, oh, could you please, he started to say, please, can you go and do the interview? Just because. And I go, well, bro, I was like, bro, I just said no. So he was telling me, oh, can you please, we need to, because we might lose this client. And then that was the point when I go, bro, just don't even, come on, man, I'm not going to do it. And then what happened was his boss called me a few days later, and I already told him multiple times on message, on LinkedIn Messenger. And then like a few nights later, like he kept pressing for it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't sign anything with you. His boss called me, and the worst thing is she has like this, she had a thick accent. I think she was from like China or something. And she was like telling me, this is great opportunity for you or stuff. Sorry, am I gonna get banned for that? And I was like, lady, who the hell? She called me on my phone. It's like, bro, who are you? And then she kept telling me how it was a great opportunity without even knowing how much I was making previously or anything. I don't even know who this lady is. She starts calling me and telling me it's a great opportunity. And I just thought, whoa, these guys, like, I get it. You might lose a client because so many people backed out, but still, that's just like, what the hell, man? That was one of them. And then the guy himself, he was fine, to be honest. He was just a foreign guy trying to make his way in Japan. I get it, you know. But that kind of stuff, it's not cool. It's not cool. Okay, and then the second lady, she was nice too. There was, like, these people are fine in general. She asked me for CV and stuff, and I gave it, and she was like, oh, you must do it this way. And I was like, oh wait, sorry, there's a shortage of engineers in the world, especially in Tokyo, and you're telling me to bend over backwards. I'm the hot chick in this situation. Okay, this might be me being like thinking I'm too, like being too good. Maybe it's me thinking I'm too good. But I think if you want skilled engineers, you kind of just take the CV. It sounds bad to say that, right? Okay, that's not the point there. So I give my CV, and then, okay, it's okay. And then I gave my profile picture is basically what I'm wearing now with my hat. This kind of hat here. Okay, so I'm like happy in my Hawaiian shirt and my summertime hat. And she was saying, oh no, you have to get a professional. And I was like, what? This is not a FANG company or anything. This is an SE company. It's meant to be like international or something. And I don't know. Okay, you tell me, am I asking for too much? If I'm looking like this in nature, so what? Like, does it really matter? So that part, when she said that, I just left it and said, nah, sorry, I'm busy. Why? Okay, you might say, but Tyrone, you think you're too, and it's like, no. If you've worked in the industry for, let's say 5 years at least, and there's all these people are making, oh, we don't have enough engineers, and on and on. But when you apply, please wear a suit. It's like, what? People are DMing me to help on their, as a freelance on their, it just, that part annoyed me. Maybe that's not exactly related to the recruiter themselves, more of the company I was looking at. So those two experiences, I just thought, nah, look, I just do it myself. I'll just knock on a few doors and talk to some guys who know some guys, and then I'll find my way. Which, in the end, that's how I've been doing it as a freelance engineer. Okay, so that's it for this video on why I don't use recruiters. Let me know what you think about them. If you're a senior engineer and you've gotten it, maybe some people have good interactions with them. This is just my story as an engineer in Tokyo for the past 8 years. In saying that though, the irony of this is that maybe I might have to become a recruiter in the next 2 or 3 years, because I'm getting burnt out by all this. Every year things continuously change. Companies are telling you, no, you must know Next, or you must know, you need 5 years experience in TypeScript. And it's like, okay, you know, I think I see where this is going. Everyone's copying Fang. It's a copy and paste. And the reality is there's not enough. Okay, whatever. But the irony, maybe the irony of this is that I might just end up being a recruiter. Okay, so if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I just rant about IT in Japan and walk around with my GoPro. If you like that, also check out my LinkedIn in the description, of course. LinkedIn, subscribe. What else is there? Discord's out there. We just banter and talk about whatever comes to our mind. And helping me, if you like and sub, it will help me have more engineers connected to me, and I can I have clout, and then I can just tell companies I'm the real deal, and I can become a recruiter someday and make 300K. Okay, I'm just joking about that one, but yeah, I'll be around for a while.